Hi, I'm Sarah Sullivan. I'm from Sugo Capital, and I just had the pleasure of speaking with Scott on the Note Closer Show podcast about syndications, real estate, and our upcoming Confident Investor Summit. He's going to be featured. It's going to be a great lineup. It's starting on Monday. Grab your free ticket now, theconfidentinvestorsummit.com. You'll get lots of freebies from all the speakers, tons of great free education. We'll see you there.
This is the Note Closer Show, where you get the latest developments in distressed note investing and learn the secrets of how you can control millions of dollars worth of property for pennies on the dollar. Get educated and entertained by someone who has closed thousands of deals and lives to support you in achieving the same. Now, here's your host, CEO of We Close Notes, Scott Carson.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Closer Show. As always, Scott Carson, jacked up to bring you some amazing content, some nuggets today on the show. And we're really excited. We've got a very special guest who just has a big heart and is a passion for helping investors out there, whether you're a note investor or brand new to the real estate space. She just is a rock star and just absolutely kicking ass and taking names. And you're going to want to make sure you hang around through the end of this episode, because I know there's going to be some special stuff for you. But this lady, she's the founder and owner of Sugo Capital. It's an investment company that connects investors to strong passive income versus real estate. That's why you're here, right? Sugo Capital consistently offers hands-off investing opportunities available for both accredited and non-accredited investors. So those of you guys out there that are so busy working, looking for more turnkey stuff, you're definitely going to want to take some notes today. Her passion in life is sharing her knowledge around real estate investing and helping people advance on their path to building wealth. And so we're honored and privileged to have the rock star and also the host of the Confident Investor Conference, the main bottle washer from Sugo Capital, Miss Sarah Sullivan, join us on here today.
What an intro. Thank you so much, Scott. That was awesome. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. You know, I am available for you to walk in front of the room, like everywhere you're going, and like be the announcer for you, you know, like they do for like the presidential State of the Union address. There's always somebody, Mr. and Miss, you know, I could do that for you if you need me to. But anyway.
You know, I might have you do that when I come into my own conference.
There you go.
The host of. Someone should introduce the host. It could be you.
Exactly. Well, hey, you're also, we were talking beforehand, living in the Bay Area, one of the greatest places on earth. Yes. As I'm a big fan of the neck of the woods, go Giants. But let's talk how you got into doing what you're doing first. A little bit of the background on Sarah there for you. So how'd you get into what you're doing now these days?
Yeah, definitely. So I started out going the traditional track, not having anything to do with real estate, but going through education and let me get straight A's in school and I'll go get a corporate job. And this is the best way to build my wealth and, you know, work till I'm 65. And so I started working and I was like, whoa, the trade-off of time for money. Like I thought I had a good salary, but it's not really getting me that far. I know. I'm going to go back to grad school and get another degree. That will be my ticket to a wealthy life. So I did that and I got a job. It was a little bit more income, but it wasn't a lot more income. And then it became a little bit more, but it was like, I still was like, there's gotta be something different for me, a different path because, and actually when I said goodbye to my boss, she was also like, this is a better path for you. You were way too antsy. Cause I was like, why can't we do this? And it was like in corporations, you know, they're like, you know, maybe in 2 years we'll do that. I'm like, we could have it done by next week.
Right.
I'm just kind of a like, let's do it kind of person. But anyway, so I was antsy feeling like I'm going faster than everyone around me, but not my salary. It's still stuck. And so I started asking people around me in Silicon Valley who were just hanging out during the day, but living in these really expensive homes. I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, we made some money at our tech startups and then we invested in syndications. And I was like, well, I've never heard of a syndication. And so I started researching it. And in the beginning, I was like, whoa, that seems big and scary. I'm going to start and do like fix and flips and single family rentals, Airbnb. And so I went to, you know, Rich Dad University. They have like everything in the gamut. So, and different gurus out there. I did like 15 different courses, trying to learn about real estate and what worked for me. And I tried a bunch of different things and I was like, okay, it's still trading time for money.
Right.
And okay, great. So I got $300 a month from my single family home rental. But I want a lot more than this. I'm going to have hundreds of homes.
Right. Right.
So I was like, okay, there's got to be. And then I circled back and I went to another course. So I did several courses, but I did another one on multifamily syndication. And at that point it clicked. So I had been dabbling in real estate for like 7 years. And then I did a multifamily syndication course and I was like, yes, this is it. I jumped in, I found some partners. I've been doing it for 3 years. Have about 260 million assets under management and about 2,500 doors. And we're currently selling, 6 are under contract to sell. It's just been a wild ride. It's a great time to be in real estate. There's so much happening. It's been fabulous.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a time. If you're a seller, you've got a lot of people looking and scrambling and fight over each other with what's going on. Not only just people wanting to do above average returns, but when you look at what's going on with inflation and people wanting to get their money out of zero to negative bearing accounts into something that's going to turn a positive return for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great time to be in that aspect. That's what I like. Same thing with like notes. I don't want to buy one note that's $300 a month that I got to go fix and flip and deal with toilets and the trash. I want to buy a bulk.
Exactly.
Because you get better deals, better returns, and then your risk is spread out across the board, right?
Exactly. And the economies of scale and the money is so much better. And the investors are like, it makes sense to investors, like it feels safe to them, which, I mean, no investment is safe,
right?
There's my disclosure. You can lose your money on any investment. That's what an investment is. But some are more risky than others, and some are kind of safer during inflationary times and all this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's been good.
That's the beauty of it, and that's so you went in and you dabbled. You went Baskin Robbins, 31 different flavors on figuring out what you wanted to do, which is great. So okay, I found my Rocky Road or my chocolate chip. I'm gonna just sit here and eat in this gallon here in real estate, basically, which is great. Yep. Now, when did you're in a great area there, obviously, in raising capital. What was your first syndication like?
The first syndication, it was in North Carolina, and it was a great deal. My partners had it, and I was joining forces with them, and I raised no money, actually. Actually, I think I raised $100,000, and I was like, I got this, I'm gonna do it. But it was like splat. Okay. So my partners were like, so, they were almost going to be like, goodbye. And I was like, wait, can I have another chance? That was just my first try. I'm going to fine tune things. I'm going to, build structure. I'm learning. And the second one was much more successful. It was in South Carolina. It's actually under contract to sell now. Investors made like 50% annualized returns on it. So it was good, but it definitely, I want to say the moral of the story is in real estate, just keep trying. Like, you're going to find what works for you if you have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, don't get into real estate, because you got to keep trying. And yeah.
No, I was just going to say that's exactly right. You got to try. Not every deal is a home run. Not every lead is a deal, and sometimes things fall out or due diligence pops up that like, I don't want to do this, or hey, there's other opportunities out there. But I think a lot of investors, well, this is just not with just investors, there's a lot of people out there. They give something a single trial, it didn't work, that doesn't work for me, and they take off. I'm like, you can't do that, right?
No, and so my husband and I, we started the company together, and we underwrote like 100 deals over 9 months and put in LOIs and didn't get anything. We got nothing. And he was like, I got a nice job at Google. I'm just going to go back to that. I'm going to step away from and so that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to pivot. And so I formed a partnership with someone who's been doing it for 12 years. And so like they were able to they had the structure, the deal flow coming. And so I think that's really key in real estate, and has been key to success in real estate, is finding partners who have the long track record, or finding partners who have experience in something you don't have experience in, and find what you're passionate about. Because I think that's as well, like I I train a lot. I train like the event that we're doing next week that you're going to speak at. Like I love, like they light me up. It's so fun because there's so much to learn in investing and
Right.
I'm learning along the way, but like asset protection, taxes, tax strategy, like entity, like there's over 20 different ways to make money in real estate, right? And so I have what works for me, you have what works for you. And then there's going to be 10 other types of real estate investing that we're going to talk about. And everyone can kind of find what works for them in their niche. And that's what I love about it.
Well, I love what you just shared there. It took you 9 months to get your first deal, and you made a lot of offers. You honed your craft, you honed your deal offering, and then you also listen. I got to find somebody that can help me with this, help me get over the hump, who's got more experience and can kind of coach me, hold my hand through the aspect of it. And the most successful people out there are often the ones that are most willing to partner with people because they realize, hey, it's extra hands, it's extra eyes, it's extra capital, it's more deals that we can do. As they say, if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go far, go with a team or go with people, right?
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Now let's talk about this amazing event because you hinted to it. I don't want to. We're not going to forget about it, but let's talk about this. Talk about the event with our audience out there. We'll get to how they can get signed up for it. But is this the first time you put on this event, or you've done it before? What's going on with it?
Yeah, so this is, I think, the 12th event that I've done, the 12th investor conference that I've held. And it's called the Confident Investor Conference because, I find with people, they stand on the sidelines if they're unsure.
Mm-hmm.
And knowledge is power. Knowledge creates movement. Knowledge creates the ability to take action and move forward. And so same with me, like I'm not going to invest in crypto because I don't know anything about it. It doesn't mean it's a bad investment. It just means I don't know enough to make the investment. But if I educate myself, I'll move forward. And so I love putting on these events because it's like, it breaks the barrier for so many people. I mean, you should see the emails I get afterwards, like, oh, I'm ready to move forward now because I had all these questions or I didn't understand all these things. And now I understand them. And it's free education. It's just like, it's free, but it helps people move forward it's just fabulous. It's so fun to see people come out the other side and like their lives are actually shifted because they know what kind of investment's going to work for them. They know how to analyze those investments. They know how to go find them. They know the tax consequences. They know should I put them in an entity or not? It's so I just love doing it. But the first one I did, we had a bunch of speakers in the areas of the ecosystem of investing that wasn't my expertise because people kept asking me about it. And so I've just built it along the way. And there's going to be the biggest one we've done. It's 40 speakers, 2 weeks. You're going to be there. People we know in common are going to be there. It's going to be great.
Yeah, you've got an amazing lineup. I mean, I saw that our buddy Merrill Chandler from Get Fundable had you on his podcast, usually talking about it. And the lineup is, and we made some introductions as well along the way there for some other folks too. But 2 weeks. Let's talk about this because that's a lot of information. It's not all day, every day. What I like the fact is that you've kind of started the day off. Each day, was it with 3 or 4 speakers, if I'm correct?
Yeah,
and then it just that way people still have opportunity to get what they need to get done during the day, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, either you're working or you're running your own real estate business or whatever it is you're doing, it seems like taking 3 days solid. And plus, you can only absorb so much every day.
Yeah.
And you don't have to attend everything. We have an agenda. So if you're interested in, 4 things, just go to those 4 sessions.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I'm a big believer that the mind can only absorb what the ass can withstand. You know what I mean? And I love it. You've got bite size, not really bite size, but it's good. About an hour each with each speaker. They're talking about their content. They're talking about what they specialize in. Gives people the opportunity to come back and the next day and catch up while they still get a lot of work. Because that's a lot of people struggle with it. They go to an all-day conference. Man, when they get back at night, they're finished for the night, their email's full, and then they're struggling to get things done, and they're stressed because they're thinking about what's got to happen with them later in the day. But I love the fact that you're breaking this up over 2 weeks for folks. Now, it's also, too, I know from doing our own events and our own summits and stuff like that, it's a lot of herding cats, too, right?
Yes, but luckily I have team members who do that now. But I did the first couple on my own, and I was just like beat by the time we started the conference.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
Yeah.
with this lineup, is there a speaker that you're really excited about that you haven't had on before? Is there somebody you're like, hey,
Well,
you gotta,
you.
well, okay, duh. But I get that. Yeah. Let's, thanks for self pandering to me. But I'm talking about like well, that's one of the things when I always love like, hey, who am I excited about who I haven't had on before, who I think is going to really answer some questions, and that's the thing I've always loved about doing live events, whether it's a
Yeah.
podcast or something, is you're the opportunity to pick somebody's brain
Yeah.
out there. So is there somebody that stood out on your lineup right now that you think about?
Yeah, so there's one, and I feel really bad. I'm not recalling his name, so that's really bad. But he's going to talk about Airbnb. Kyle,
Oh,
excuse me,
yes.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you introduce me to Kyle?
Yeah, I did. I believe I did. I think I
Oh,
said
okay.
there. Yeah, Kyle's great.
Yeah, because so many people ask me. I've done Airbnb. I'm not going to do Airbnb. I have a different business model, but so many people ask me about it. And so I am thrilled because so many people suggested, I think you suggested, and another speaker suggested, Kyle. We got in touch and I was like, oh yeah, fabulous. Like he's gonna lay the groundwork so people can know, because a lot of people think Airbnb is gonna be a certain way,
Right.
but there's actually some different criteria. I mean, you got to be really careful about how you buy, all these other things. So I'm excited that he's going to kind of lay the groundwork for people. And then also, there's Anthony and Cameron, they're infinite wealth strategists. And I don't know if you know them. I've had them on before. There's just what they talk about, usually people have not thought about.
Yeah.
And because it's not an investment, but it's a way to structure your money in a very efficient way for as far as tax strategy, whole life insurance, investing, and legacy planning. And it's quite unique, and I really like how efficient and they customize. So a lot of my clients work with them. There's so many great people.
Yeah, you got a rock star lineup of folks that are just delivering. Yeah, I love that infinite wealth strategy. It's a great strategy to implement in with your passive investments or even active if you've got the stuff there for you. But you are kicking ass and taking names on this. And I'll tell you this, I've tuned in before. I've been an attendee in the past before being speaking, and I was just blown away. And when you reached out to me, I was like, oh my God, yes, I'd be honored to be a speaker.
Oh, awesome.
To share. Because that's the thing. I mean, and I love, we do enough virtual events, and when you've seen people put on events after events, you realize the power. It's just not necessarily for what Sarah's got going on and Sugo's got going on, but you really are delivering so much goodwill and so much insight to those that get signed up for it and attend it. And you're literally, I mean, you're pretty much giving it away, right? Pretty much giving away tickets for folks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all free.
See, that's the thing. I love that because
it's all free, and all the speakers are giving like bonus gifts and free gifts. Like, here's my free course. So like, if you want to know more, like you hear about, oh, that was the cool Airbnb strategy. Well, you get something free. You can dig in more, and all of the speakers are doing that, and so it's going to be really juicy.
Well, it is. It's a big, juicy pie full of all sorts of great filling. You know what
I mean? Exactly.
And that pie has helped you to get a bigger piece of the pie, no matter where you're located or where you're going. And that's the thing. It's a pretty easy way, guys. If you're interested in grabbing a ticket, it's pretty easy. Just go to the confidentinvestorsummit.com. That's the confidentinvestorsummit.com/SC. It was for Scott Carson, but the confidentinvestorsummit.com/SC. You'll see the lineup. You'll see the schedule. I believe you've got set up once people get signed up, they'll get reminders so that they know when to log in, stuff like that. It's in the mornings 100%. It's in the morning on the Pacific Coast. I'm like, it starts at like 9 a.m. PST, correct? So it's a little bit in the afternoon for our East Coasters, but you can get work done in the morning and then join the afternoon. Tell the boss, say, hey, I'm busy. I'm on a conference. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I love it too, especially this time of year. Many people are like, oh, it's March Madness. You can catch the March Madness after Sugo. So show up in the morning for business, enjoy your afternoons and the evenings there for you, everybody.
There you go.
Now, Sarah, one of the things, I know you've been doing this for a while, and you probably have a goal each time or something that you're looking to use this event to catapult into. You know what I mean? What's your kind of goal 90 days out? Is it just like I need to take a break, I need to rest, I need to go vacation to France or something like that? Or what's your kind of goal? I know you've got a big goal to help people make things. I get that. I understand it. But is there something you're working towards, a launch or something like that as well after?
Yeah, so we have, like I said, we're selling 6 apartment buildings and we're acquiring 4 apartment buildings. And so this is a way to let people know also about the structure of syndications, multifamily syndications, how we do it. We're not like the A luxury, we're not like the Grant Cardones, we're not also slumlords, like we're right in the middle. We're B players. We take stuff, we make it nicer.
Right.
We hold it for a few years, we sell it. We're in emerging markets. We do a boatload of market research, which I train people on and share how we do that so that everyone can kind of follow along if they want to invest in the same market, So it's a chance for people to get to know me and our investment style so that if it's the right fit for them, and only if it's the right fit for them, like I don't shove it down everyone's throat. It's like, if this is for you, hands off apartment investing, we'll take care of everything. Then later in a few weeks after the event, we'll start sharing our investment opportunities.
I love it. But that's an important feature there, because I think so many people, like, I'll give you a great example. I was talking with a guy today and he's all excited, like last week, about getting invested in real estate. He's got a chunk of change, looking to do something more passive, but then he's like, oh my God, I can't leave my job. I'm like, who the hell told you to leave your job? Yeah. I don't have time. I work too busy. I'm like, who the hell told you that? Because, well, these other guys are all telling me I quit my job. And it's like, I don't want to quit my job. I like my job. I make good money at my job. I just want to do this passively. And I'm like, whoa, chill. It's okay. You can still work and do investments passively, like through syndications or investing with other people, or just learn after hours. You don't have to learn during stop what you're doing to do it, right? And that's so many people struggle with that.
Yeah, and a lot of people think like, oh, a passive way to do it is funds, which don't make much money because public REITs and stuff, like, I mean, there are some great ones out there. I'm not knocking them,
right.
But often what people see is like, oh, it's like 5-6%. That's not super sexy. But if you get into this world and you meet more people, you'll find that there's smaller groups out there that have, the nice returns. You get a tax advantage. And yeah, my investors, they're all working or they're retired. And this is, they're investing with their IRAs or their 401ks, but they're living off of the cash flow. It's totally passive, hands off. So I'm glad that you said that, because that's definitely the ideal. Like, and especially entrepreneurs as well. Because a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to get into real estate because they feel like it's like safe, and kind of their entrepreneur side is kind of like riskier. But then what they know is like, let's do an Airbnb or a single family home rental or a fix and flip. And that is really hands-on. So the number of hours it takes them to run that, they could have actually been putting that into their business as an entrepreneur and have made way more money than they did in the real estate. And so I always tell entrepreneurs, if they're not a real estate entrepreneur, like, don't even bother. Like, go spend that time making where your genius is. Like, if your genius is in, selling shoes on whatever you're doing, it could be totally random, but stay in your genius and then take your money. And if you want to put it in real estate, put it in something passive with someone that's their business. You're going to make way more money that way.
Yeah, there's the streets are littered with entrepreneurs who got into fix and flipping or landlording, and then it turned into another job that they ended up hating. Exactly. And after they looked at their hourly average, they would have made more money flipping burgers at Dairy Queen or McDonald's.
Well, that's what happened to me. I had my good job, my good corporate job, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted with like my few rentals.
Yeah, we don't want that. So if you want to add a little sugar and spice to your investment life, check out Sugo Capital. Check out Sarah's amazing event, the Confident Investors Summit.com/SC to get your free ticket to it. It kicks off next, actually Monday. Was it the 21st, March 21st? It runs for 2 weeks. Will people be able to access the replays as well too if they can't make it?
Yes, definitely. So if you're listening to this and it's after the 21st, go ahead and sign up anyway, because it's 2 weeks. So you'll still get to see some stuff live, and there's going to be a replay of everything. So, if you want to listen to it while you're at the gym, commuting, whatever, just pick you want to listen to the tax person, just listen to the tax person. You'll get the replays.
Well, I love it that you're doing it live as well. So it's a great way for people to ask questions and be involved
Yes. Oh yeah.
on that. It's so important these days. Some people
Interactive.
put events on and it's all replays. Well, the attendance level is always low when it's a replay aspect of things. But I
Oh
love it
yeah.
doing
We'll
live.
be live. We'll be Q&A. Yep. Chat with
Yep.
us. We'll answer all your questions for sure.
Exactly. And it's you got real estate, asset protection. You got Scott Duffy on there talking to my buddy Scott Duffy out there. I think is speaking as well too, and some others out there help with mindset and stuff like that. So check it out, guys. The confidentinvestorsummit.com/SC. You will love what Sarah's putting together. Her whole team are rock stars. And then, of course, if it's a syndication, something you think is in your genius level and you want to add a little extra spice and sugar, then check out Sugo Capital as well, Larry. So, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the Note Closer Show. We look forward to spending some more time with you over the next few weeks, obviously, and watching you stay in your genius level there for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Treat for sure.
Anytime. All right, guys and gals, take the opportunity to get signed up for your ticket today. If you're listening to this, you can catch the link in the description of the podcast. For watching this, it'll be in the description as well. Once again, it's the confidentinvestorsummit.com/SC. Get signed up. Replays included, live summits, 40 speakers. What the heck are you waiting for? Hit that button now and go get signed up, everybody. And we'll see you all at the top.